We have a fantastic episode of in-ring British wrestling action right here for you for the next hour on British Wrestling Weekly. And what better way to kick things off than with the Gen X League final. After one of the most prominent losing streaks we've ever seen on this programme, who would have believed that Manchester's Bubblegum would have made it into the finals? It's a story we covered in great detail, but say what you will about the cocky, rule-breaking Manchester bad boy himself, accompanied by Chardonnay, because Bubblegum is here. But in his way stands two of the best Gen X wrestlers on the entire planet. In Cardiff's Wildboar, Mike Hitchman, and the winner of TNA British Boot Camp 2, Mark Andrews. This could potentially be one of the most hard-hitting, fast-paced, high-flying contests we've ever seen on this programme. And in our main event, potentially one of the best in-ring technical showdowns we've ever had will take place when Zack Sabre Jr. takes on Liverpool's #1, Zach Gibson. It's an incredible episode, and it's coming your way on British Wrestling Weekly. Don't you dare go anywhere, because we will be right back. Alex Shane joining you here at ringside, and the Gen X finals finally here. Bubblegum's already in the ring and about to make his way into the whole City Hall is Cardiff's Wildboar, Mike Hitchman. Regular viewers of British Wrestling Weekly will notice the absence of the manager of champions, Gilligan Gordon, from the side of Mike Hitchman. That's because Gordon has a one-match suspension after striking a referee on this programme. So unlike Chardonnay and Bubblegum, remember Chardonnay just coming back from a one-match suspension, again for actions in the Gen X League, Mike Hitchman is without a manager. Will it come into play? Only time will tell. And it won't be long, because about to make his way to the ring is the third and final man, the winner of TNA British Boot Camp 2, the one, the only, Mark Andrews. You would have to have been living in a cave to not know Mark Andrews, the man also from Cardiff in Wales, similar to Mike Hitchman. But unlike Mike Hitchman, Mark Andrews has just won TNA British Boot Camp 2. He won that contract to be a part of TNA on Challenge here in the UK. And now he has made it to the Gen X League final. Remember what happened, because due to a draw in one of our opening contests, it looked like we were not going to have a final man, and NGW management knew to make sure the finals was something special, they would have to pull it all out of the bag, and pull it out of the bag they did, because they went and got Mark Andrews. So this match really is for all the marbles, because it will crown the first ever Gen X League champion. It's a very nice shiny silver cup I saw earlier today, and that will go to the winner of this league, the fastest league in British wrestling today. And for this match to start off, referee Adam Johnson will attempt to get all three men to hold the top turnbuckle so that our 10-minute time limit will begin. And interestingly, there's quite a growing amount of support for Bubblegum here. And there you see Hitchman and Andrews holding that top turnbuckle, and if we know anything from watching Bubblegum on this programme, we may be here all night. Come on, just touch it. For the love of God, Squeeze that turnbuckle. There we go. And that 10-minute time limit is well and truly underway here. And expect this one to be fast. Expect this one to be furious. Because that cut that you can see on the stage is what it's for. But on top of that, it's for bragging rights. Who is the fastest Gen X wrestler in the United Kingdom today? Well, by the end of this contest, we're going to find out. There's Mark Andrews there, making an early case for that claim. The speed of those arm drags there, goes for a third, but Mike Hitchman there blocks it. Watch out for Bubblegum. Oh, look at that. God, how fast. It's Mark Andrews. Pinpoint, precision dropkick on the Wildboar. And Andrews is impressive with the thigh. Look at this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. Over the top, onto his feet, taking Bubblegum down. And this crowd are really, really quickly changing to the side of Mark Andrews, who goes for that wheelbarrow again. Into it. Oh, look at that pinning combination. Nobody rolls through into. Oh, look at that. That was possibly the most complicated maneuver or sequence I've ever had to call this program, and it's not finishing. Big Hurricane Rana by Cardiff's Mark Andrews, who is fighting to be crowned the first ever Gen X League champion, and Bubblegum there, using their fingernails to the back. Going for that waistlock. Andrews reverses. Bubblegum sends him off into the ropes, comes back, wheelbarrow again. Oh, look at that, a double foot stomp. Double foot stomp on Manchester's Bubblegum, and Andrews is calling for that top rope. And this guy is so dangerous from the third strand. And oh, look at Wildboar there. I was going to say he should keep his eye on Chardonnay, but actually don't forget that Mike Hitchman knows that without a manager, he is at a disadvantage. So he is going to have to do everything within his power, because for many people, Hitchman was the favourite. But now that Mark Andrews is in there, Hitchman has an old rival and an old foe to contend with. Andrews scales to the top there. Look at Bubblegum. Whoa, look at that. Give credit where it's due, because Bubblegum there used that advantage to knock Andrews to the outside, and he's now on that second rope. Comes off. Oh, blockbuster style neck breaker. Didn't quite catch all of that, but it was enough. Ref in position, and just a two. And Bubblegum taking the opportunity, and it's smart now with that headlock, trying to grind down the big man, knowing that Mark Andrews has been sent to the outside, and if the landing is as I thought it was, he may be in a world of trouble here. Hitchman trying to escape, breaking that hold, and he does. And those strikes, arguably the hardest hitter in the entire Gen X League, is the Wildboar Mike Hitchman, as Bubblegum's finding out. Look at that charge, and Bubblegum managing to get the feet up there and goes straight back to and turns that into a sleeper. Rear naked choke. And still to come on this program, our main event, Liverpool's #1, Zach Gibson, takes on the man that WWE just called the best wrestler, currently not under contract to that company, Zack Sabre Jr. That is coming up before the end of the program. Huge main event, and it's yours before the end of the hour. Plus, on next week's show, we have a massive NGW Undisputed title showdown. Best friends collide. Matt Myers takes on the show stealer Nathan Cruz. That's coming up in just 7 days' time. But we are in the midst of the final for the Gen X League. And Bubblegum has used a very wise, very sound strategy. It's one I wasn't expecting, but it's one that makes total sense, because he realises that Mark Andrews is down, and he needs to use this time not to go power for power, but to grind down the biggest man in the match. Hitchman coming back now, but that choke may have taken its toll, and it does, and Mark Andrews finally back. And look at Bubblegum again, smart move. Taking him down, but Bubblegum's making a mistake because he's not keeping his eye on the Wildboar. Comes back, the size of that shoulder tackle, comes in with a second. Body slam attempt, and Bubblegum there. And look where Bubblegum is. Look where Bubblegum is. If he doesn't move, he's in for a Wildboar-sized senton, and Chardonnay may have just saved the match. Look at that. Chardonnay, it's because of actions like that she received a one-match ban, but she's back and she wants to watch herself here. Bubblegum turning around, leapfrog, Wildboar comes back and is going for that waist lock. Prelude to his German suplex. And these guys, back and forth, back and forth. We're going to have to take a very short commercial break. But don't you dare go anywhere, my God, because British Wrestling Weekly continues. Back here with you on British Wrestling Weekly in the Gen X finals, and before the commercial break, take a look at what happened. Suplex second rope dropkick combination has turned things around, but this match continues because we're about to crown the fastest man in British wrestling today. And Mark Andrews is definitely, in many people's eyes, the favourite for that role. But he has a huge mountain to climb because Manchester's cocky rule breaker Bubblegum and Cardiff's Wildboar Mike Hitchman are still in the running. And look at that chop to the spine of Mark Andrews, who lands on his feet. And whoa, my God! My God! Bubblegum was turned inside out and landed on the back of his head. Oh. And a Wildboar plex by Mike Hitchman, reminding the world that he is still in this one. And if I was Chardonnay, yeah, I'd be worried for Bubblegum because he took an almighty... Whoa, look at... Oh, that's senton, and he goes for a second. And this is a setup for the package pile driver. And if he can hit that... and he's going for it. It's called the most dangerous move in British wrestling by many experts. And he had... Oh, look at Chardonnay. Look at Chardonnay there. On the apron again. And once again, Chardonnay may have just saved Bubblegum's match and his life with that move. Oh, look at this! Bubblegum rolls him up. No, whoa. Wow, Bubblegum there, roll up, and a big chop. Taking down Mike Hitchman. God, if he'd have hit that package pile driver, that one, I tell you now, would have been over. And he's going for that ice cream headache. Hitchman fighting out of it because he knows what that could mean. Back drops Bubblegum to the outside, he lands on the apron. Rope-assisted stunner, and this one going back and forth, because these men know we are dangerously close to this 10-minute time limit from expiring. Double foot stomp from the heavens by Manchester's Bubblegum, who is not out of this one. But turn around Bubblegum, because there is a Mark Andrews-sized missile heading towards him, and he just managed to get out of dodge there. And Bubblegum using referee Adam Johnson as a shield and a thumb to the eye by Bubblegum, who hits that kick and knocks Andrews to the 6 there. Oh, and look what he's going for. Uses the roped handspring, comes back and a second kick. God, how good is Bubblegum? Centre of the ring, 2 and 1. Wow. Bubblegum there, proving why he is not just all show and no go. This guy can wrestle, he can kick, but he is not quite yet the first ever Gen X League champion. Oh, he's going for that Hubba Bubba bomb. It's that sit-down package Michinoku power bomb. And Mark Andrews quick to get out of that, and he should be. Because that, look at that. Hitchman going for that double German suplex. Bubblegum gets out and, you don't want to enrage the Wildboar. He goes, Bubblegum tripped. He tripped him into the spear. Hitchman hit the spear. And if he can make the cover, and he's not going for, he's going for the package pile driver on Andrews. If he hits this, it's over. And Andrews fighting for his life to get out. He does. Goes to that wheelbarrow, straight down into a bulldog in the centre of the ring. And Andrews now aiming for the place that he is most dangerous in that ring. And that's on the top rope. This crowd feel it. I feel it. And if he can hit that shooting star press, my God, and Hitchman moved. And Hitchman, he's going for the package pile driver, hits it. Hitchman's about to become the... Bubblegum rolls him out. No way, not like this. Is he gonna... Oh my God, Bubblegum won! Bubblegum becomes the first ever Gen X League champion. My God, who could have possibly expected Bubblegum's journey in the Gen X League to have finished like this? Watching our replay, Mark Andrews goes for that incredible shooting star press and finds nothing but wood, canvas and steel. Goes straight into that Wildboar package pile driver, but before Boar could get the pinfall, look at Bubblegum smart. It's how he qualified for the Gen X League, and it would be how he would win and be crowned the first ever Gen X League champion. Who can believe it? But it's happened. Despite what the critics said, despite what Gilligan Gordon said, despite what everybody said, Bubblegum has won. And Hitchman is beside himself, and so he should be. We have a huge, huge main event just around the corner. Don't go anywhere, because British Wrestling Weekly continues.